It's a beautiful Wednesday morning. Welcome to another exciting edition of Wake Up Nigeria. I'm Yomi Owope.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinson. Yes, you can catch all the excitement right here on the show. Stream live now on tvcontinental.tv and on Facebook. You can look us up on TVC Connect. For the comments, make sure you use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria.
It's always a pleasure to announce when Beyonce is in town.
Yeah.
Hello, good
and
morning.
Of course, she's with the lovely MM this
Hi, good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Beyonce looking good. MM looking fair and bright and everything, you know. I'm just saying, just throwing it out there. She looking good. As always, we have a really exciting lineup for you today.
Of course we do. Now, today is World Tourism Day, and Ayo Olumoko will be joining us to discuss the theme for this year, which is Sustainable Tourism, a Tool for Societal Development.
Lanre Olushola is back on the show this morning. He'll be talking to us about rebuilding trust when it's broken in a relationship.
And on fashion today, MM will be talking about must-have essentials for school. Now, this is one for undergraduates going back after the ASU strike.
And the delectable actor Tana Adelano will be in the studio for a chat this morning.
What am I missing here? Do you know what? We're going shopping. Fida, what are you talking about? Yes, we're going shopping. Yes, shopping. Come in. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Honey, meet my friend Kimura. Kimura, my husband Ranesh. Oh, nice to meet you, sir.
Nice meeting you too.
Honey, Kimura wants me to accompany her to do some shopping.
Oh, I see. Why do I have the impression that Kimura and Honey have met before? I have that impression. They've either met before or they know they're going to meet. You know, deja vu.
That's a question we need to ask.
They know
later.
they'll meet. So when she comes, we'll ask her,
yes,
have they met before or they will meet? They knew there was deja vu there.
Yeah. You know, one thing I can say is that Tana always looks amazing. You know,
Yeah.
she's always looked amazing. She's been there, she's done that. Can't wait to see her on the show.
Yeah. So, MM, what's going on? You know how we do it. Usually, we expect an update on what's happening.
Baby update.
I'm in a venting mood this morning because I'm not finding everything recently funny. I mean, okay, this morning I walk into the makeup room and hi everyone, and next time, oh God, MM, you're getting so dark. Tissy goes, you're brown. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. And yesterday someone said same thing. You're getting so dark. MM used to be lighter than I am now. I can't. And I'm like,
commenting on your weight
you know what?
and everything.
You know what? Yes, I get it. Pregnancy can be challenging. It disfigures you. I don't need a constant reminder.
And your voice is always changing.
That you understand. So allow mothers, expecting mothers to enjoy the process.
I think Titi was even being
what I
nice.
expect is encouragement.
I was being nice, right? Why?
Because she could have said, hey, MM, you're getting dark or you're getting black. But she said you're getting brown.
Yeah, I'm just trying to,
brown is
you know,
to
so the nice way
to make it
okay,
exactly.
All right, so let me expose myself here.
Hang on, this is a memo. This is a memo to everyone.
Okay.
When you see MM,
Yes.
say something nice.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, you know what happens?
You're looking so beautiful this morning.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
No, he doesn't.
Wow, I like
I mean,
your
now
eyes.
we know that she knows that now. You're saying it because of what you just said. Tisi, we'll put out a circle out there,
Okay.
front out there, or with a placard or somebody. Nice words to MM Day.
The amazing thing is that MM is doing amazing. She looks hot. She's still wearing her heels. She's still looking fly and all fresh and everything.
Blah, blah, blah.
She's still got it going on. I'm serious.
Girlfriend is psyching me.
Why do you
but
feel like
she's
you're
psychic.
patronizing her?
Okay, so what I'm saying is, it's like beef for me because I know how glide I looked when I was at this place. I had
That's
every
years
pimple.
ago.
I had every discoloration. I had, you know, the whole works, big nose and everything. But you're looking hot, so I have to be like, I'm sorry.
It's a very sensitive period for a pregnant woman.
Yeah.
This is the most sensitive period for every pregnant woman's period. The 9 months, it's sensitive because you're not just particular about the way you look. You're also very cautious about what does my husband think about the way I look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know, it's...
So Yomi?
We'll put that question to him as well.
Later on, I'll be asking Yomi what he thought about his wife when she was going through the process.
No, we're talking about MM.
No, I really want to know your thoughts. But as always, our starting point is the news update, and Fade is set to go.
Well, good morning, Nigeria. I am Fade Shola Shotingwa. On the news this morning, the Nigeria police has recorded a major victory in Ondo State by arresting a Boko Haram commander who had been declared wanted by security agencies. Known as Idris Babawo, the suspect is believed to be on the wanted Boko Haram terrorist list. And according to the Army Public Relations Director, Brigadier General Sani Usman, Babawo has been handed over to the Nigerian Army by the Ondo State Command. He says preliminary investigations show that the terrorist, who hails from Bauchi State, escaped from the northeast. Unrelenting in its efforts to serve the lawmaker representing Kogi West Senatorial District, Dino Melaye, his recall notice, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, sent its officials to the National Assembly on Tuesday. The lawmaker's office was under lock and key, and his aides were not around to receive the notice. The officials who dropped off petitions received from Melaye's constituents to recall him waited while the lawmaker was in the Senate chamber. But before plenary ended, the senator had left the assembly complex. Just yesterday, Melaye had said the 90-day deadline set for INEC by Section 69 of the amended 1999 Constitution had expired. And on resumption, the House of Representatives says it is willing to revisit some parts of the Constitution, such as the devolution of powers. This follows calls by Nigerians on the need to redefine the political structure of the Nigerian Federation. In his speech, the Speaker, Yakubu Dogara, stressed that the House will make consultations and act in line with what the majority of Nigerians want within the confines of the law. The Central Bank of Nigeria has again maintained all current monetary policy rates. The CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele disclosed this at the MPC meeting held in Abuja, where he said after tough debates and deliberations and advice from experts, the committee voted to retain all current monetary policy rates as it forms part of factors that led the country out of recession. He added that interest rate will be retained at 14%, cash reserve ratio at 22.5%, and liquidity ratio at 30%. João Lourenço has been sworn in as Angola's new leader, ending 38 years of Eduardo dos Santos' rule. In a 45-minute speech, Lourenço said he would strive to bring in reforms covering gender equality, the freedom of the press, private enterprise, and public health. The former president, José Eduardo dos Santos, remains head of the ruling MPLA party, giving the veteran leader influence over key policy decisions. Any serious attempt to transform the country could put Lourenço on a collision course with senior party figures and powerful interest groups. But Lourenço told thousands of supporters that no one is too rich nor too powerful to go unpunished. And that's the news this hour. We'll bring you weather updates.
It was a busy Monday in the world of sports, and Super Mike is right here to tell us all about it.
Of course, thank you very much, Yomi. Of course, it's a beautiful Wednesday morning. I'm Mike Messikennor, and this is Sports Update. 23 goals were scored last night as the second match day of the UEFA Champions League kicked off. Harry Kane stole the headlines with his first hat-trick of a competition as Tottenham defeated Apoel in Cyprus. Cristiano Ronaldo scored a brace in his 400th appearance in the competition to take his tally for Madrid to 411 goals. Liverpool were unable to take their chances in a 1-1 draw against Spartak Moscow. Now, while I grab my tea, let's enjoy the highlights from yesterday's matches.
The action is the goalkeeper gave himself far too much to do. And it's Spartak Moscow 1, Liverpool 0. All eyes on Loris Karius, picked to play in goal for Liverpool ahead of Mignolet.
Well, Karius has had nothing.
This is Mane. To his right foot, drives low. A safe goal scorer there. Fernando, but this is a good run by Liverpool and an equaliser for Coutinho. Half an hour play. Suddenly Coutinho gets involved. We see a bit of magic and Liverpool are level.
Well, talk about emphatic. You won't see a better, more confident finish. Joy or elation, but inside you'll be thinking.
Henderson with the chip in. Oh, it's come to the far stick of Firmino and he didn't realise it was going to come through to him.
Well, that's because it was a bad bit of defending. He should have dived and headed that away. He didn't know.
Pumping his legs to get up on the right side of the penalty here. Pushes it into the middle. Salah right. Oh, goodness me.
Okay, great highlights there, Yomi. I don't know. Did you see? You saw? Which match did you watch yesterday?
Did you watch anyone yesterday? I didn't catch anyone.
Okay, but you saw the highlights. Wonderful goals there.
Amazing. 23 goals.
23 goals. Wonderful
Super
goals.
nice.
All right, and then on to another interesting story. American sportsmen have continued to react to U.S. President Donald Trump's call for the sack of NFL players for kneeling at the rendition of the country's anthem. Now, at a Republican rally on Friday, President Trump had called for the sack of stars who knelt during the singing of the U.S. anthem last year. The remark has sparked a wave of response across the country. Players across the United States over the weekend knelt and locked hands in protest against the remark. Now, basketball star LeBron James has praised the American football players who have protested against Donald Trump and accused the U.S. president of using sports to try and divide us. Titi wants to say something. I know you guys want to say something.
Amazing. I mean, I've been following this story really closely, and it's sad on the one hand, but it's also something that's making me happy. People that are coming together to resist division.
You know, but then now, the issue is this, yes, they have issues against the president, but should the anthem rise above all? Whatever happens, should they honor the anthem? Or should they, is there protest, is it necessary to protest in that way?
It's the right of every human being to protest, especially in a country like America.
Okay. Right, moving on from that, President of the Zambian Football Association, Andrew Kamanga, has promised that the Chipolopolo will hurt Nigeria right in front of their home fans in Uyo. Kamanga has tipped the Chipolopolo to break their World Cup jinx and qualify for the tournament in Russia. So determined are the Zambians that the teams will observe 2 training camps in Ghana and Spain. For now, Zambia have opened camp at the Nkrumah Stadium. The session was attended majorly by local-based players. The foreign-based players will join up with the squad on Sunday. Well, Kamanga, I don't think that's going to happen. But then we'll talk about that much later. This is the much you can take on sports. It's the papers coming up next.
Thanks so much, Mike. We're going straight to the newspaper headlines, starting with The Guardian and the headline, Government, Afenifere, Arewa Youths, Others Disagree on over Pro-NACO. Yoruba group cautions federal government against military coup. Speakers, others meet in Imo over state of nation. And then, still on the cover of The Guardian, Senate upholds IPOB ban, reshuffles leadership committees. And despite tax holidays, e-commerce firms make losses. And finally, Obasanjo Anyoku for honors at the NEW 2007 in Port Harcourt.
And on the cover of The Nation newspaper, it says restructuring. Reps vow not to surrender power. Agbakoba says the power is Buhari's. We also have a story here about what happened yesterday. Ambode says leaders should imbibe our law's ideals. You can read up about that on page 40. And there's also a story here. Senators accuse executive of poor budget implementation. MDA's got 336 billion naira. That's one to read up on the cover of The Nation.
All right, and then on the cover of The Punch, we have the headline, EFCC chair, court flooded with 17 suits over Magu. Government officials diverting money to accounts without BVN. That's from the EFCC there. And then Melaye flees Senate plenary, dodges INEC recall notice. That's a story to chase up on there. And then Ajimobi convenes security meeting over Olubadan Palace attack. And finally, Senate resumes, says Nigeria's unity is not negotiable. All on the cover of The Punch this morning.
On the Daily Sun, it says IPOB, Senate Southeast governors to meet Buhari. You can read up about that on pages 8 and 38 as lawmakers unite against violent agitations. We also have the story, Buhari won't negotiate with workers, according to the minister. That's on page 10. Drama as INEC delivers Melaye's recall notice and documents. That's on page 11. And Obaseki briefs president on Ogbazu attack. That's on page 39. All that in the Daily Sun.
And then in the Nigerian Tribune, we have the headline, restructuring. House of Reps sets up 11-man committee. Only National Assembly can restructure Nigeria, says Dogara. And Nigeria's unity not negotiable, says Saraki. Ambade to political leaders, we must continue to uphold our woes legacies. And finally, failed politicians behind Olubadan's palace shooting. That's from Governor Ajimobi there. All on the cover of the Nigerian Tribune this morning.
On the Vanguard, kidnappers scaring away investors, says Dangote, says insecurity impacting negatively on the economy. He laments bottlenecks in access to land by agribusiness investors. You can read up all about that in the Vanguard. Nigeria's unity not negotiable, according to the Senate. More about that on page 5. Interest rate stays at 14%, according to the CBN governor. You can read up about that on page 19. And how ministries, agencies waste nation's resources. That's also a story you can find in the Vanguard. And that's about it on the headlines for now. The newspaper headlines were proudly supported by Dettol. Be 100% sure.
Of course, Mike is already standing by with Tony for aerobics. Let's get to them now.
Thank you very much, Yomi. And of course, it's time for a workout this morning. Trust me, guys, it's always lit whenever Tony is in the house. Tony, how are you doing? Good morning. Really?
Spirit.
Tony, hold it now.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, just take it away. There's nothing to say. Just take it away. I'll see you at the end of
Penetrate, 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 penetrate. No time to waste. We're going to be penetrating the body. We're going to be penetrating the body through all the whole angles. All the whole angles. Warm up, warm up, warm up is about to start. See what will happen. We're going to penetrate. We touch the obliques. We're going to touch what? those gluteus, you know, those nyash things, you know, very important things. And then when come back to the gluteus again, and then we'll try to take the heart rate up. So this is what we do. Warm up is on. Try to keep this 20 number of reps. You get, you know, we don't have time, and we have to wake the system up. Yeah, Titi, are you there? Michael, fine. I see you. Oh, see. Oh, yeah, come. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. I said 20 reps. Don't forget, you know, we don't have time. From there, just try. If I have a problem with my knee, please just go into the squat. If I don't have a problem with the knee, 1, 2, 3. I'm still squatting, you know now. I have a problem with my knee, I just said it. Just go into the squat. Don't forget. Knee never crosses the wall, the toe. And the squeeze. They are all vital for what? For change. We are penetrating. 20 reps. And see what will happen now. We're going to finish the warm-up with this. I'm not jumping the rope today, so I'm forming a Y. This is a Y. And see what happens. They're not trying to follow me. Let's spike the system up a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Heart rate will be up when you get to 20, I tell you. Straight to the what? Straight to why we are here. I told you there's a spirit. I'll tell you what that spirit is. Today, I'll tell you. Straight, penetrating through the obliques. We'll come to where? The backside. We'll go back to the obliques. And we'll finally take the heart rate up. What I'm going to be using, side plank. I want you to see this very, very well because this is important. Hard my face, okay. Face. For those that know how to do side plank, please, there's so much ingredients inside it. Try. Elevate body. Stabilize. It has to be tight or else there's problem. Yeah, for my malicious moment that I beginners, just, you know, just bend my knee and the same thing happens. Tight. Try to count to 10. We're going to be doing a ladder. 10, you bring it down to 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, you get to 1. Then quickly, I get back to what? To the side plank again. Now I'm going to be talking to those people in the intermediate level. If you're advanced, bring it here and count to 20. If you're there, quickly get into the table. No time. In, down, in, and drive the knee in if you're a little bit advanced. And quickly, 20, or get yourself 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is what the ladder is. And I told you we're going to be taking the spirit off. See what will happen. I'm going to be taking the spirit up with this.
Oh, you have to take it down, Tony.
Okay, yes, but I'm going to give you something. I told you there's a spirit taking over me. This is the spirit.
Okay. That is all we have time for while the spirit takes over. Tony, I will head to the kitchen now. And of course, Mionsi is extremely active this morning. And he is with Mary. Remember, what do you guys have for us this morning?
All right, thank you very much, Mike and Tony. That was pretty interesting.
And intense.
All right, and intense, right? Okay, so well, it's that time where we make our mouths water.
Yes, so basically today what we're making is, we're making a gizdo wrap. A gizdo wrap.
Well, I like plantains. I think that's the only thing I'm very excited about this morning. So yes.
You could actually make this as a wrap or a taco. Because I thought about it and I'm like, okay, what can we do to give it a twist to making just gizdo? I'm sure everyone at home, not everyone, but most people at home can make gizdo. So we are putting a twist to it and making gizdo wrap.
Okay.
So we're making use of Lebanese bread or shawarma bread. We're making use of bell peppers. We're making use of cabbage, carrots. We're making use of thyme, curry, seasoning cubes, mayo, gizzard, and plantains, obviously.
You have your tomatoes.
Yes, and the tomato mix, the tomatoes, onions, and habanero in it.
Pepper.
Yeah, pepper. So basically, we have started cooking the gizzard. So we don't waste time. We just dive right into it.
So did you chop, because I mean, we have to, the gizzard needs enough time to cook.
Yeah.
But was it chopped? Did you chop it up?
Yes, the right way to do is chop it up before you start cooking it. Okay. But it was frozen inside us. Yeah, we just put it in and we started cooking. Okay. So basically, what is inside this gizzard is just water, onions, and seasoning cube.
Okay.
That is all that is in it. No salt.
Why?
Seasoning cubes contains a bit of salt in it, so you don't really want a lot of salt going in here right now, because at every stage in time there would be seasoning. When you're making the sauce, there will be seasoning. When you're making the gizzard, there's seasoning, you know. So you don't want too much seasoning at the end of the day.
Yeah, and growing up, my mom would always never add salt to her beef or chicken or whatever she's seasoning, because I hear it takes longer. Really? I don't know how true that is.
Well.
And that's the same way I steam my meat or beef or whatever.
Oh, so
you know, I don't add salt.
It.
You know, I just put in my seasoning, marinate it a little bit, and then
just cook it. So yes, right now the chicken, the gizzard is cooking. So what we were doing next? Okay, let me take you through the entire process. While we've cooked this down and we've cut it into cubes, we're going to fry the plantains also. After this is done, we're going to fry the gizzard also.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
So we're frying both the plantain and the gizzard.
Are we chopping the plantains?
Yes, we're going to chop it. Okay. So after that is done, we're going to cook the pepper. We're going to, like cook it down till it's ready. Then we are going to pour the fried gizzard in it.
You know, this just reminds me of when I remember before, you know, before we... there was the time there was light used to be so bad, electricity used to be so bad. And then every Saturday my mom would say, go and grind pepper at the granddad's place, and then we'll go grind. And then she always say, tell them not to add water. I'm like, if they do not add water to it, how do you get all the tomatoes and everything to wash?
Well, you add as little water as possible. Yeah, but at the end of the day, what you can do is you can just even cook it just to remove the water out. Just take the water out.
Yes, so you could also do
that. That is another good option.
She say, don't add water. Make sure they don't add water. I'm like, yes, ma'am.
So basically, what we are doing is we are still, where was I? Okay, so when we mix the peppered gizzard and the fried plantains, we stir it, we add the bell peppers. This will now form a coleslaw. The cabbage and carrots mixed with mayo, and we're going to line it up into the wrap, and seal it. So
that's to be using a lot of cabbages this week.
Well,
second time
I celebrate ingredients. Vegetables. Yes, I celebrate veg. There was a week I went on sweet potato.
Yes,
everything sweet potato. So yes, there are weeks that even how the chef mind works is sometimes you just pick something and you just want to see how you can make it over and over again and see retaining its authenticity.
You know, sometimes I also feel afraid or I worry for you guys, hoping that you don't run out of things to, you know, experiment with.
No, well, I won't lie to you. Earlier in the week, I was out of ideas. Like
talking about pounded yam, you're trending on Twitter. All right, we'll get into that. So let's see how you're chopping off this plantain.
So it's the normal way, yeah. Go like this.
Okay.
Take it like this, and just cube it. Just cut it. It's the normal way you cube your plantains at home. You don't necessarily need to cube it. You could cut it whatever way you want. Whatever way you want. So you were saying something about pounded yam.
Yeah. But don't worry, I think I'll just gist everyone when we come back.
Okay, no problem.
Because that pounded yam gist is quite an interesting one.
It's a very funny one. It's actually true, yeah. Whatever is on Twitter is true. Okay. So what we are doing right now is we're still cutting our plantains, and the goal is to fry it.
Very big though.
Well,
I like my plantains smaller.
You like it smaller?
Yeah, smaller, you know, very...
You know, the size doesn't matter when you're making gizzard. You could even cut it in strips.
All right. So we're going to fry this on, and then when we return, we will talk about rebuilding trust in relationships and marriage. As Larry Olushola will be doing justice to that. Don't miss this discussion. Stay with us.